What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Lou. What it do? And today I am doing my very first tutorial. So today we're gonna be focusing on multicam editing. All right. So what is multicam editing? Multicam editing is pretty much used in the broadcast industry where you have multiple cameras, multiple angles, a lot of things going on, and everything switching. Different angles are switching. That's doing it live. But today we're gonna be focusing on multicam editing for music videos. That's right. We're gonna be doing multicam editing for music videos. And I'm gonna put y'all on the sauce, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna get right to it. So let me pull this up. Let me pull my screen up. All right. So I'm gonna share the entire screen. Get into here. All right. So we're gonna pull this up. All right, here we go. So I'm assuming you guys know how to work Premiere Pro, right? You know how to pull up your drag and drop into your project. You know how to create your sequence. I'm assuming you guys know how to do that, right? So right now we're in the sequence. I got my footage that I got dropped into here. I've made proxies. So if you're not familiar with proxies, I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to do it. Proxies are pretty much going to take the strain off your computer and it's going to make everything low quality. You're not going to push out low quality. You're just working with low quality video within Premiere Pro. When you export, it's going to be completely full quality. So don't mistake in it that you're working low quality, you're going to get low quality. You're just working low quality to take all that strain off your computer, because when you're working with multicam editing, it's going to have a lot of strain putting on your computer and you're going to get some stuttering and some stuff like that, which you don't want. It's going to make things a little bit harder for you to do. You can still do it, but it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to kind of mess you up in the head. You're going to be like, oh, it's going to stress you out. So take the strain off yourself and your computer, make that stuff into some proxies. So what pretty much you're going to do is you're going to highlight every single clip that you got, right? Every single clip that you have, right? Every single clip that you have, B-roll, performance scenes, every single scene that you're going to use, right? To make the music video, every scene that you're going to use in the music video. I had to emphasize that. Every single scene that you're going to use. You're going to highlight every single clip, okay? Right click, drag down to proxy, and then click create proxies, okay? What that's going to do is going to take you into Adobe Media Encoder, all right? It's going to make everything low quality. But again, I'm telling you guys, it's not going to push out low quality. You're going to still have your 4K, 6K, whatever your camera you're working with, still going to push out that great quality that you made the video. All right. All it is just temporary. It's going to help you take the strain off your computer. Once you've made the proxies, you're going to do exactly this. So now that I have everything proxied, and if you highlight over everything, it's going to say proxies. This little thing right here is your proxy status. All right. Then what you're going to want to do is, after you make your proxies, you're going to want to highlight everything, including your audio. All right. So every single clip, including your audio, you're going to right click. Then you're going to go to create multi-camera source sequence. All right. That's the beginning of the sauce. Then you're going to want to make sure that audio is, clicked right here. All right. You have to make sure that that's clicked, because if it's not, you're going to get a whole bunch of other things. You don't want to click in and out or time code. You want to click audio, because what you're syncing is your video to the audio clip. All right. You guys with me? So what you want to do is you're going to sync your audio to all the video clips, vice versa. You're going to do exactly that. So then you would hit OK. It's going to do all these things, and it's going to pop up saying that it couldn't match every single thing. Now that is because we highlighted everything. We have B-roll. So that means that the music that was playing when you was doing your performance scenes and things like that, that's going to sync to it. That's going to sync to the actual audio. But if you wasn't having the music playing for the music video, and it wasn't playing, and you were just catching B-roll or, people doing things, mingling and doing what they're doing, it's not going to be able to sync to the music. You get what I'm saying? Anytime that music was playing, it's going to sync to it. All right. Now remember, this is just a computer, so it's not going to be 100% accurate. So if the people in the background are being extremely loud and you can't hear the music, this is why when I record music videos, I have somebody behind me or on the side of me, or I have the radio, my Bluetooth speaker in my pocket, so the artist is good enough to hear it and the music is still coming into my camera, so that way I'm able to sync everything in post. So when we highlight everything, it's going to say, you know, everything we couldn't sync certain things. That's fine. Hit OK. All right. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get a multicam sequence. You might have one, you might have two. The thing is you got to find out which one it is. Sometimes I do have two right now. So I know it's this one right here because these are my performance scenes. As I'm scrubbing through it, they're rapping. So I'm like, okay, that's it. So I probably have music playing in the background and it was trying to sync right here because I know that's a B-roll scene right there. So this right here is my multicam sequence. What I'm going to want to do is, let me find it. I'm going to want to just click the multicam sequence. Don't want to click nothing else. Remember, we we highlighted everything before. Right click, create multicam sequence, hit audio, and then it's going to say it wasn't able to sync everything. And then we're going to get this. Now we're going to get the multicam sequence, right? So this right here is my multicam sequence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it. Then I'm going to click open in timeline. Boom. All right. So now this is everything literally that was available. These are all the scenes that were available while the music was playing. So if I hit play, again, so when we did the proxies, didn't mention this earlier. So when we did the proxies, we wanted to take all the strain off the computer. Remember how I was saying that to you guys? This right here, okay, this right here toggles that on and off. So if you have it off, you're still putting all the strain on the computer, right? Which I just realized. I'm like, why is it doing that? It's not playing like it should be. It's stuttering a little bit. It's because I have my proxies off. So remember, when you make the proxies, you come here, you want to make sure these are toggled on. If it's on, it's going to turn blue. Real simple. Then it's off. You know what I mean? So right now, it's taking the strain off my computer. So, and then right here, you're going to want to change this however you want. So if you have full, it's going to be a little bit more strain on computer. You still have the proxies on, but it's going to be a little bit more better quality than when you hit play. What I like to do, I like to bring it all the way down as much as I can. So that way, when I do play it, it's going to be a little bit pixelated, but then when it stops, it's going to be like, it's going to look full quality. But then when I hit play again, it's going to look a little pixelated. And then when it stops, it's going to look like it's full quality. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to have that eighth put up a little bit more on a quarter, half, or full, it's going to look way better, but it's still going to put a little bit more strain on my computer. So it just all depends on what you got in your system, pretty much. So I got my proxies on. I put it on eighth. That's the lowest I can go. I'm going to hit play. It's playing smoother now. All right. All right. So we're not done yet. So now this is pretty much what it looks like when we're editing the video prior to you guys knowing how to do multicam, right? So this is how your video is looking, right? It's looking like Legos right now. Like you got a bunch of stuff going on. You had to move stuff around. You had to adjust everything how you would normally do, right? So right here, let me bring this over. Let me open it up a little bit more for you guys right here. This is the beginning of the audio clip, right? So I would normally you want everything pushed back, which you can't really do right now because you got these clips pushed over a little bit. So what you want to do is you want to just drag it over. And if you see right here, when I'm dragging clips over, that's pretty much, I'm not pushing the whole clip out. I'm just taking the end of the clip, the beginning of the clip technically, and then pushing it to the beginning of the audio. This is how I do it. All right. So I just push everything to the beginning. And then I'll hit Control A to highlight everything, bring everything back. Right? Yep. So everything's in the beginning now, right? So now it's starting to look a little, I'm cleaning it up. So it's looking a little bit better, right? But I'm not done yet. So now I want to highlight everything. Control A again. Then I'm going to right click. Okay. And then I want to nest everything. But something just really caught my eye is that I have these clips right here. They're probably like, I started the clip and then I was like, hold up. Or the artist was like, hold up. So these clips right here that I have highlighted, this clip and this, like this clip and this clip, I'm going to take those out because it's so short. Like something happened right there where I didn't really need it. And then the rest of these are fine. These are like good performance scenes. So I have about like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have about 8 performance scenes, which is, you know, way more than enough that you need for a music video for performance scenes. So I'm a clean freak. I like to clean everything up, right? So again, so now we're going to highlight everything. All right. Then I'm going to right click and I'm going to nest everything. All right. Nest the sequence. So you can pretty much name it whatever you want. Name it the name of the music video. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that your everything's organized. But I'm showing you guys a tutorial, so it's not really no need for that. So now I got one nested clip, right? So now if I hit play, it's gonna just look like it's just one clip playing, which is not what we want. We're almost there, but it's not what we want. Nothing switching yet. All right. So I'm just gonna click on that nested sequence, right? Right click, multicam, enable. So now multicam is enabled, but I still can't see all of my clips. We want to be able to see everything. This icon right here says toggle multi-camera view. You want to click that. But again, if you do not have this, if you don't have your toggle proxies or your toggle multi-camera view icons here, don't worry. Hit this button editor right here. And then you're going to see your toggle proxies right here. You can either drag that in there. And if you don't see your toggle multi-camera, you'll find your icon as so, and then drag that down here as well. Okay. That's how you get those buttons down there. So now that we have our nested sequence, remember, we highlighted everything that we had in the prior screen, and then we right clicked, and then we hit nest. And after we hit nest, we get this one clip that we have right here. Okay. After we had that one clip right here, we're going to right click, multicam, enable. All right. You guys back with me? Then we're going to want to toggle multi-camera view. So when we do that now, here's all of our scenes right now. So I think you guys are starting to feel where I'm going at right now. Now I have all of my scenes here. So if I want, now remember, you got to have toggle proxies on. So right now what I want to do is, let's just say we're going to start, you just pretty much start the video, and then you're going to be clicking on, you're pretty much clicking on each scene like it's a beat machine, but it's visual. All right, you guys get the idea, right? So now when I go back, right? So let's go back. So now we've seen all these clips right here, right? So now you're seeing every time I clicked a scene, as you see down here, let me highlight all this for you guys. You see it was starting to cut. So it's cutting. It's cutting everything, right? Dope. So now when I click play, when I go back after what I'm done with the video, you pretty much do that through the whole video. And then you go back and then you watch it. As you see, it's doing it live. Right? Now, again, if you don't want to see this if you figure you're good, then you don't want to see this multicam on the left, the multicam view, just toggle it off. If you feel like you got to see it again, toggle it back on. All right. So what I usually do is I'll toggle it off, watch the video. And I feel like if an artist wasn't doing something, so like right here, I feel like I don't like that scene. Remember, this is not permanent. You're like, you don't like the scene, don't worry. Toggle up this, hit this toggle multi-camera view, and then highlight the clip. So you're pretty much hovered over the clip. You're gonna want to click the clip. Now you have all these other clips available that you can click. All right. Plus, you still have your scenes from over here that you can still mess with. So now you pretty much got your video chopped up. You got your rough chop, and then you can either switch to a different scene that you had synced already, or you can go through your other scenes and drag that on top. You feel me? So anybody that's did the editing, this is where you can add your B-rolls in that you feel like somebody didn't do nothing. Or you could just switch the clip. So if I didn't like this clip that he's doing that, let's say I want to do this one. It'll switch. So before it was that, and now I click this, so now it's that. So watch right here. You guys feel me? So now this is when you get to get real creative, because now you're pretty much just cut your editing time right in half just by learning this. So now you get way more time to play, way more time. So now you can just start adding your B-rolls, doing your speed ramps, and doing anything that you want above this nested clip, okay? Now let's say you want to do After Effects, right? All you would have to do is, let's say you want to do this clip After Effects, right? You want to flatten that image. Pretty sure you can replace it as a nested clip, but I think when I tried that before, I had a little bit of an issue. Maybe you guys won't have an issue. Maybe it was my system. Maybe it was something that was happening on my end. But I had a little issue a couple times, and I was just like, what's going on? Trial and error. I had to fix every, I had to learn everything myself because I had no idea what multicam editing was at all before. So it was trial and error. So what I did was just go to the clip, right click, go to multi-camera, and then flatten that. So now it's just gonna be blue like it would be a normal clip that you would have maneuvered before, right? So now what then you would do is right click and replace After Effects composition, okay? And then when you have a flattened clip as well, you're able to click it as a source, okay? And every time, so when you edit, when you're doing your color correcting and you're on your source clip, that source clip means, okay, so that source clip means that everything that I do for color wise on this one clip, it affects the whole video sequence for that one clip, if that makes sense. So it's not just going to do that one clip and then the same, that same clip right there. Later on, I got to adjust the color again. No, the source clip means that the source, when you click source, it means it's literally adjusting color for that whole source. So anytime that scene comes back, the color is already done. Plain and simple, super simple. So the source, if you weren't aware of that either, maybe you knew about that and I just told you something that you already know. Maybe you didn't. That right there is going to save you a lot of time for rather just sitting there color adjusting and color correcting each single clip for the rest of the video, which I've heard people have done before. And I'm like, what? Like the source thing is something that I knew like from the jump. But then the multicam thing is something that I just recently knew like 2 years ago. And I've been meaning to do this video for you guys because I'm like, I think people need to know this. And I've had people that have been doing music videos for quite some time and they had zero clue like what this was. And I've saved them so much time. And I just feel like I was like happy that I was able to show people like, something that was saving them time and get more money in their pocket, and it's crazy because I was able to do that and help people out. So I'm here right now to try to help you guys out. If you had no idea how to do this and you're working with Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, and this is something that you're going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to cut your guys' time in half. So that right there is just pretty much the gist of how to get this multicam going. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Hope you guys can like and share this video. And before I end this video, I have to give a huge shout out to DaVinci HD. He's what put me onto this multicam editing. He showed me how to do it on Final Cut. I don't have Final Cut. And he mentioned this to me a couple of years ago, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He was just like, man, you don't do multicam editing. And he explained it to me and what it was. And then he showed me like on FaceTime what it was. And I'm like, what? There's no way. So then I was like, I have Premiere Pro. I never worked with Final Cut. So I'm like, man, there's got to be a way to do it for Premiere Pro. And I'm telling you guys, I figured it out. There was a way to do it. And it just saved me so much time. So huge shout out to DaVinci HD. Anybody out there that's doing it on Final Cut, I'll leave the link in the description below for his tutorial that he has on how to do it for Final Cut Pro. And I'm guaranteeing you guys subscribe to him because he's doing a lot of things too. So DaVinci HD, huge shout out, huge salute. Appreciate you for giving me the assist on this one, man. Again, any questions, leave a comment below. If you have any other ways that you felt like could be improved with this multicam editing, any ways that you do it as far as music videos, any little tips and tricks that you do with the multicam editing, leave it in a comment below, man. Maybe you teach me something that I didn't know. You know what I mean? With this, I'm just learning still as I keep going on with this. I'm still learning new things. So hopefully I helped you guys with this. Hopefully we could still, keep doing what we're doing. And I wish everybody nothing but success in 2023. I'll be bringing more tutorials out, You know what I'm saying? Sooner than later. But with that said, holla at your boy. I'm out.